Welcome back to AIM Northwest. Join in the fight and wage hope against pancreatic cancer. Here to share how you can take part in this year's PurpleStride Portland event, we welcome back from the Pancreatic Action Network, Executive Director Helen Dillen and 8-year survivor Claire Doody. Good to have you both with us. First, let me start with you, Claire. Your story is pretty incredible. Congrats on 8 years.
Thank you.
You were diagnosed at the age of 34, which is incredibly young.
Yeah, I was actually the youngest my oncologist had ever seen diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. I was super lucky because I was diagnosed at stage 1, which is basically unheard of. And when I was diagnosed, 9% of people made it 5 years past diagnosis.
Right.
We're now at 13%.
13. It's not very much, but it feels a lot better than it was originally. Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. What did you feel? What did you notice? What was happening to your body that would make you think something's wrong?
I basically had chronic pancreatitis for about 3.5 years and was in and out of the hospital and had a lot of health issues that were kind of unexplainable. And I finally ended up in the hospital for about 8 days because my oxygen levels had dipped really low. And they finally agreed that I needed to have surgery. And so had surgery and had part of my pancreas removed and my spleen and the cyst, and then they sent all that to the Mayo Clinic for a second opinion. And they originally were like, don't worry, you don't have cancer, and then came back a month later and were like, oh, you actually do.
Wow. But you're 8 years clear now. That's fantastic. It is really just like, it's up there when it comes to the rate of death.
Yes.
Right?
Right now, the 5-year survival rate of pancreatic cancer is just 13%.
Wow.
Yeah, and as she mentioned, it's gone up. But
yeah, it has gone up. Yeah, but still, that's just crazy. It's unbelievable. And the #1 problem seems to be we don't have a clear diagnostic tool.
Yep, and that's where I do strongly believe a lot of our funding is going towards things like that, especially locally. We have labs here in Portland that are spending a lot of time and energy on something as simple as a blood test showing markers for early detection. And so it's pretty incredible. I was on a lab tour not too long ago, and they're working on getting it on the market for a very reasonable price too. And so I'm excited for what that can bring for, even our families, people that could potentially be touched.
Yes, it's amazing. Okay, let's talk about PurpleStride Portland. It's a walk.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Happens every year. We had maybe, a little pandemic off year.
Yeah.
But we're thrilled to be back at PIR this year. Again.
I think that's a great location. Parking is super easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just right across like a little dirt road. And there's our event village. And so we bring out about 1,000 people every year, a nice purple wave of people walking through Delta Park. Opening ceremonies, I believe, are 10, and then the walk starts at 11.
You have speakers, like survivor speakers, like possibly Claire can speak.
We hope.
Right? That's what we're hoping. We're trying to push her to speak because she's such a good speaker about it. What has it done for you? Like when you look back, that must have been so scary to realize you're dealing with a deadly cancer.
It was. It really, as cliche as it sounds, puts a lot of things into perspective. I celebrate every day that I'm still here.
Yeah.
I know that I represent a lot of people that weren't as lucky as I was, and that's something that is super important to me, is doing a lot of advocacy work and just making sure that people are aware of what is happening and the research and the funding that needs to happen.
Absolutely. Who's at risk? Family?
First-line relatives generally are at higher risk. I know a lot of the survivors that I speak with, they are having, some of their family members are in continued genetic testing and continuing to be monitored through their lives. I think that is a large risk factor. Additionally, there are disproportionately high members of our communities that are Ashkenazi Jew, and African Americans tend to be at higher risk for pancreatic cancer as well.
Wow. What I find so incredible about PurpleStride Portland is the amount of emotion that we see. People go there and remember people they've lost to pancreatic cancer. The survivors speak, and you see them and you hear their stories of their incredible stories of survival, like Claire's. It really is an emotional, wonderful day too.
Yeah, it really is lovely. Some of us cry, some of us are big celebrating our friends like Claire and Stephanie and, you know, all the survivors that
Yeah.
have built such a strong community here in Portland.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have goals too, right? You have an amount that you want to raise locally and then nationally.
Yes, our national goal is pretty lofty at about 17 million. Portland pushes to contribute about 225,000 of that, so that is our current fundraising goal. Right now we're about 35% of the way there, so register for PurpleStride, everyone.
Register, absolutely. So we want to tell everyone, if you would like to find out more about PanCan PurpleStride Portland for this year, it is going to be on April 25th, Saturday. The village opens at 9 a.m. and then the walk begins at 11 a.m. We'll put all the information for you on our website at k2.com. And again, be sure to register, and we want to get those funds in there. Thank you so much. Thank you, Claire.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.